racing. Out very well, Tina's Tapizar, Gabriella attack. They got up first and second, and there goes Tense to roll underneath and take it all away from the early good breakers. Freedom attack will be placed second. Tina's Tapizar wider third. Fourth along the inside fence is Blaze Beauty. A break of a length and a half back to a fading Gabriella attack, who's passed by your even money, now odds-on favorite, Carecia, who now moves up a board placement. And then back we have her speakers on, 10 lengths back of the leader around the turn, Tina's Tapizar. And Corey Orm lengthening that stride in the lead out to 3 over Tense back in second, who's hustled upon. Freedom attack still continues up in third, about to be passed by both Carecia, and on the outside moving on up is Freedom attack and Blaze Beauty, who are getting involved, and late is Gabriella attack, and still distancing out of it is her speakers on, has to make up about 10. 330 yards to go in the opener on closing night. Tina's Tapizar has led every step of the way from here on out. Here comes Carecia. Carecia is gaining, but is it enough? It's Tina's Tapizar. It's Carecia. Carecia, eyeball to eyeball. Nothing between them. Carecia to win it. Tina's Tapizar second. Blaze Beauty hustled upon and a good-looking third, and then Tense was fourth. Number 1, Carecia and jockey Rainier Arietta. Co-owned by Charles Ritter and trainer Scott Becker. She's a gray 4-year-old daughter of Valiant Minister at a St. Belato's Lady by Pleasantly Perfect, bred in Florida. Congratulations to the connections. 114 3/5 of a second. And they're off. Very tough start out the back is Sensuous Sky. They're well bunched up top. Now asserting early is Halley's Rainbow to get an uncontested lead from Mud Hut second. Third and fourth, Cattail Breeze. On its outside is Lunarchy running fourth. Fifth, sixth, and seventh. Outside, Glory Attack is well maintained by the rider. Here, Sangfroid looked $1 million in the yard, is moving up in the red. Along the inside fence is Dragonfly Kisses. On that one's outer moving up well is Senorita Aurora. Here comes Sensuous Sky circumventing on the far outside. And last is Longshot Niff. Nothing between the top two. It's Halley's Rainbow inside nearest us. Mud Hut on its outside, pestering that one's every stride. Ast is Lunarchy with Victor Balin in the saddle, but going the wrong way. Here comes Cattail Breeze on its inside, and wider on the move is Halley's Rainbow. And here is on the scene along the fence is Sangfroid, who's going to be heard from. Deep stretch inside the final 220. Halley's Rainbow has asserted and has the lead from Mud Hut, who fights back. Nothing between them. Late on the scene is Cattail Breeze, but it's Mud Hut to win. Halley's Rainbow for the place spot. Then it was Cattail Breeze and a hustling Sensuous Sky. Mud Hut comes on back to the winner's enclosure. Jockey is Corey Orm, owned and trained by Steve Manley. 5-year-old daughter of El Medwar out of Lakeside Breeze by Meadow Lake, bred in Illinois by Frank and Joe Kirby. Ready. And they're off. A tough beginning for Flashy Richie. On the outside, Sir Corey, Follow the Signs, get out, along with Great Plains showing some pace. In between is Patchy to go forward and have part of that lead away. Dipping down towards the inside rail is Can It Happen amongst the top trio, contesting for that early front. That's held by Sir Corey, outside Great Plains, and inside to Can It Happen. Back in fourth and fifth, right next to one another. Sir Corey now dispenses with Tap It Sam, who backs off fifth. Running back in sixth is Follow the Signs. Giving way is Stosh around the turn. Here comes WW Russian Gold passing that one as Stosh has retreated gratefully. Flashy Richie is continuing to be forwardly placed, well, of one, and that's T After Ballet, who's trailing. 330 out. This thing is wide open. Inside out. Tap It Sam along the inside fence. Here's Patchy still gaining on the outside. Sir Corey and down the crown of the course. Follow the Signs, and Victor Balin could have them all beat and does. Follow the Signs, yes, will romp at 7-2. Tap It Sam second, then it could have been Stosh coming back to get third away. Groans of many, number 4 Stosh got third. Into the winner's circle steps number 10, Follow the Signs, and jockey Victor Balin. Owned and trained by Michael Rivas. Follow the Signs is a 9-year-old gelded son of Colonel John out of the Funky Express by Freud. Bred in New York by Brooklyn Boys Stables and MEB Stables LLC. 10 mares sent off and running, speeding away. Bobby Tutu won the jump. Here comes Life of Saturdays to contest in second. Third goes to Hidden Figure, prominent. Inside, Beirut Beauty is fourth and Headstrong and moving up. Back in fifth, all alone, is Palace Magic. Sixth and seventh, Beirut Beauty, Linda Lou Image as a team. Further back we have on the outside box, Dixie Loving has a partner in that of In the Yellow War Colors. And continuing to be far, far back, at least 13 off the front runner. Super Tricks has a late run coming, but has to make up a long distance. 23-1 for the opening panel. Speed is on. Life of Saturday still has a stingy foe. Odds on. Beirut Beauty. Alex Bendezu sitting right off the flank. Still well back in third is Palace Magic. Dropping anchor around the turn. Bobby Tutu, not tonight. Guided with the left-hand rein is Templuna. And now the rest are just stacking up behind the leader throughout. Life of Saturdays. Wandering out off the fence is your favorite Beirut Beauty. Here comes a late run from Palace Malice. That's Palace Magic who's gaining. They're not getting to Life of Saturdays yet. It's going to be Beirut Beauty, Life of Saturdays to score. Beirut Beauty second. Palace Magic was third. And on into the winner's circle steps number 5, Life of Saturdays, and jockey Bailey Weatherly for GW Equine LLC, trained by Ralph Martinez. She's a 5-year-old chestnut daughter of Mo for the Money, out of Posse Starlet by Posse, bred in Arkansas by Eric Cordmeyer. And they're off. Good break for Copper Crossing along the fence. Campaign Spy is gaining, but here comes the trio from the outside stalls. Bourbon Delight, Oneway Home, Stormborn, Camargo. They all want part of the lead, and getting it, just a little bit anyways, is Bourbon Delight. Bourbon Delight has the lead and measured by a half a length from second place. Oneway Home. On its outside is Camargo running third. Copper Crossing sticking to the rail in fourth, and a break of 5 lengths or so back to Campaign Spy, who's passed on the outside by Orbital Star. That's Chernyavsky, who's gaining just a little bit on the far outside. There goes Triple Chrome, who's prompting the others. Way back we have Stormborn, who's running back in 8th and has about 10 lengths to make up, and then a couple lengths further back to Zarme, and way back there, Camargo has given them about a 13 or 14 length head start. On the leadership, that is Bourbon Delight by a half a length from Oneway Home. The odds-on gamble who now skips right clear and goes loose from Bourbon Delight, the longtime leader who'll settle back in second. Copper Crossing around the turn past the 3/8 is third and is starting to rev up. Moving backwards is Camargo, dropping anchor, is passed by the oncoming Stormborn. And here comes a bold move on the far outside by Zarme, who's really into it tonight. And from far back, getting closer, Orbital Star and Campaign Spy. They all have to catch the odds board leader. Oneway Home with 330 yards to negotiate and is clear by 5 or 6. It's Oneway Home, and Alvin Ortiz looking like a winner at even money and is clear to the wire. Inside 70 yards to go. It's all over. Oneway Home, a win by about 7 in the end. A photo's coming up for second. Could have been Zarme over the oncoming Stormborn. Finish 4:20 to show. Welcome back to the winner's enclosure for the third consecutive start. Winning on these grounds, number 7, Oneway Home, and jockey Alvin Ortiz. Co-owned by Ralph Martinez and Paul E. Martin. Ralph Martinez, a training double. And they're off and running. Decent enough getaways for Crewless and Diamond Consuerte to play early, and a hustled upon Paint by Letters, your favorite on the odds board, going to go out with Minnesota Moon. So on the lead, turn number 1, Crewless, by about a length and a quarter from the oncoming horse is Paint by Letters, now moving up even with that early leader. Minnesota Moon is back in third. 4th and 5th right together, Merlati and Oh, It's Magic run as a team. Another pair further back than that, Plain or Peanut and Smile Like Kyle together. And relegated last is Charlie's Beach. About 12 lengths would cover the lot. Down the back stretch, the opening quarter in 24 3/5 of a second got it done for Paint by Letters and Emmanuel Giles by a length and a half over Crewless in second. About to move up forward is Minnesota Moon, now takes over second from a hustled upon Crewless, who's pretty much bowing out. It's Merlotti up into third. On the far outside, moving well together. There goes Plainer Peanut and Oh It's Magic running well. Continuing to recede through traffic is done Crewless. Now moving up from far back comes Charlie's Beach, who's on top of Diamond Consuerte, who's given the rider a bit of a handle. And then back we have Oh It's Magic, and out of the race pretty much is Crewless. They're all having to catch paint by letters. 3/4 and 1:15 and 4/5 of a second, 330 yards out. It's paint by letters. Emmanuel Giles looking for another one tonight is out by 4. From Merlotti in second. Third is Plain or Peanut, who's moving up. Running up back into the bridle is Diamond Consuerte for a minor piece, but there's no catching paint by letters. Paint by letters, the money was spot on at 6-5. Plain or Peanut for second. Merlotti was third, and Diamond Consuerte. Into the winner's circle steps number 6, Paint by Letters, and jockey Emmanuel Giles, owned by Jason Velasquez, trained by Fernando Bahena. Paint by Letters is a 3-year-old gelded son of the now passed away painter out of the Alphabet Soup mare. Tail on the 8, and they're off and running. Couldn't wait to bust loose. Santino's Fantasy gets out to an uncontested lead. Brian's Way is going to contend early, and blazing the trail around the inside of turn number 1 is Swiss Guard. So they sort each other out. It's going to be Swiss Guard to play early. And look who's up. Lonesome Dream. Kim Sampson said, I don't want to hold this dude anymore. They're going to go right up alongside of Swiss Guard. These two out together. Then, on the outside of those, that is Santino's Fantasy running up into third. Fourth is Macpan Dowdy with pace. Right next to that one comes Devil's Rule. On the outside of Devil's Rule is the outside gate horse, Arrow Strike, who moves up into fifth. It's Devil's Rule back in sixth. Seventh on the retreating side is Brian's Way. Not liking it is past Brian's Way, and the Thunder Rolls moves on up. Next comes Last Fortino Family into the bridle and chugging right along, and nothing right now for Papa's Lucky 7, who's 16 lengths out. They ran the half mile in 48 3/5 of a second. It's Kimmy aboard Lonesome Dream, now collared and passed by Santino's Fantasy, who's rolling up on the far outside. Mac Pandowdy is into it as well. Watch out for Mac Pandowdy at lofty odds. Here comes a move from And the Thunder Rolls. On the far outside, gaining up into it, is Devil's Rule with the Martinez green stripes. On the lead now, And the Thunder Rolls has taken over. Here comes Arrow Strike in deep stretch. Also back into it, Santino's Fantasy. And there's Mac Pandowdy, who's running a good one into the Superfecta. Nothing from your favorite. And it's going to be And the Thunder Rolls. And Victor Balin will win by 3.5. Arrow Strike for second. Mac Pandowdy could have been fourth. And into the winner's circle steps number 6, And the Thunder Rolls. Victor Balin with a riding double, owned by Gene Sandrowski, trained by Max Quinones. And the Thunder Rolls is a 6-year-old gelded son of Quality Road out of Oakmarsh by First Samurai. And they're off. Tough beginning for Chicks for Free. Out very well from the outside, Seminole Beach with Try Again. Inside of that one is Tony's Morning Line, and the two that are prompt around the first turn. Baba's Boy and Right On Richie. They're out right together. The next two from the outside, 2 stalls. Try Again and Seminole Beach running third and fourth. Fifth, in a very good spot, is your favorite or second choice right now, Wildwood Ministry. Sixth, about 3 lengths further back to Tony's Morning Line. Seventh goes to Aviano. Next, far back, as they go by the 5.5 furlong pole, in that scrum from far back, moving on up between is Chicks for Free. On the outside of Chicks for Free, moving back there is Wildwood Ministry and Try Again. And then way back there, Irish Declaration, who has to make up a lot of space. Half mile in 48 and 2/5 of a second down the backstretch. Right On Richie, Javier Diego. Flanked on the outside is Try Again. These two continue to throw punches at one another. And here comes Seminole Beach on the board at long shot odds, is out there looking well. Baba's Boy backs out of it, about to be passed by Aviano. And here comes a bid from Tony's Morning Line, who's getting back into it as well. Stagnant around the turn, past the 2 furlong is 2 Cookie Rule, just a muddy mess, and way back to Chicks for Free. Anyone's race from here on out. Inside the final furlong grounds, it's Try Again. In tight there was 2 Cookie Rule, almost went down. Receding there was Right On Richie, but it's Try Again. Aviano, Try Again. again. An Irish declaration from the clouds. It's Aviano first. The winner's circle, winner of tonight's 8th race, number 3 Aviano and jockey Alexander Bendezu, owned by Nick Angelou, trained by Frank C. Randazzo Jr. Aviano is a 5-year-old gelded son of Medaglia d'Oro out of Brian's Jewel by 6 fillies in the gate. Flag is up. And they're off. The bookends, the grays, get out first and second. Icy River nearest us. She's stuck up on the outside. We'll be back second. Race Day Attire is well back in third. Fourth goes to Say Cheese, and the 2 dawdlers out the back, A Rose for Lila and Go Maddie Go. They continue their journey down the back stretch. It is still on the lead, Icy River from the inside rail position. The outside rail position is second. That's She's Stuck Up. Right together. On the outside is Say Cheese. On the inside of her is Race Day Attire running as a pair. Nothing yet. A Rose for Lila, Go Maddie Go is being asked, and she's starting to rev up, but she has a lot of running to do, at least 10 lengths to capture the front running pair. 22 3/5 of a second. Wandering out a bit, she's stuck up in about the 3 path. The rail still is held by Icy River. Here comes a bid from a threatening Race Day Attire who's gaining, and here is produced on the outside a bit of a bump between Say Cheese and Go Maddie Go. The leader in deep stretch, she's stuck up. Go Maddie Go's going to try her, not going to get there tonight. It's She's Stuck Up. Go Maddie Go second, then third was Rose for Lila. And welcome back to the winner's enclosure, winner of the 9th race, number 7, She's Stuck Up. And jockey Emmanuel Giles with a riding double. How about them McDonald boys, Bernard, part owner, the trainer, and Miles McDonald, part owner. She's Stuck Up. And they're off. Jack Van Berg absolutely botched the start. Sonny Is Not So Funny took it early, and there goes a swooping move underneath for Creekmore to take over. Sonny Is Not So Funny is back second. Third, fourth, and fifth, Jack Van Berg towards the inside fence, gaining up just a bit is DeYank, who's now dropping back a couple of spots. Along the inside rail, it's U.S. Honor Nap gaining up with the gray up there, Blazin' Road at long shot odds. That completely blocks out U.S. Honor Nap and is pretty much out of the race. So on the front end, as they head around past the 550 mark, Creekmore has it from Jack Van Berg, but it's going to be tough straights for him. Inside Shanghai Point, right in the center is Sonny Is Not So Funny, fourth. Fifth is Blazin' Road. On the outside, moving up is DeYank with a belated run. And U.S. Honor Nap bows out. Nothing for Mary's Boy. Deep stretch in the get-out race. On the lead, very tough to beat is Creekmore. Creekmore runs away by 2. Struggling second, Shanghai Point. And winning the final race this 2023 racing season is Creekmore. Eight, 3, 9, and 5 in our final race. 8, 3, 9, and 5. Into the winner's circle to cap 2023 here is number 8 Creekmore and jockey Emmanuel Giles. Congrats to you, sir. Nicely done with 3 on the night. 3 training victories for Ralph Martinez.